Microphone check. 1 2 1 2. You there, Well Wayne? Let me know if you can hear me. There's a slight delay, so I'm going to give you a second. Perfect. Happy Saturday. So yeah, we're just here to talk about this case dismissal. There's another Diddy case that was filed, and I'm trying to think. There's something else. I have everything queued up, so I'm not going to do any music or any of that. If you come on here on a Saturday morning, or it's just before noon for me, I've already been out and about, but I'm tired. I might be going for a nap, okay, at noon. So this is going to be a quick update. So I want to get into this case dismissal. Now, I had initially called it a case dismissal mistakenly when Buzbee really only dropped Bad Boy Records from the case. And that was about a week ago. But now here we are. And Buzbee has completely dropped the case. Hey, Juti. So yeah, he's completely dropped the case, and I'm gonna read an article from BBC because I think they have some information there I was looking for, having to do with Buzbee and the fact that he is not eligible to practice law in the Southern District of New York. I saw something about the fact that he's trying to get authorization, but him saying that he has authorization for the Eastern District, but the district, the RICO, the federal court that he's embroiled in his RICO case in is in the Southern District. And I think some of these cases he was trying to do in the Southern District. Hey, Faye. Yes, good to see y'all. Happy Saturday. I literally just started a couple minutes ago. No music today. It's Saturday, we're just going to get straight into some things real quick. It's not going to be a long live, just a quick update. I was just saying that this case dismissal, this is the thin 13-year-old girl, the one who was autistic, and there was a lot of controversy because she did an NBC interview. Her father also did an interview saying he didn't remember things, all that stuff. And I had reported about a week ago that it was dismissed when it actually wasn't at the time. It was only dismissed against Bad Boy Records, but now we're getting it was dismissed. Now, yesterday, if you were in yesterday's live, I think Juti, you might remember, and Wow Wayne, I was on Instagram reading a post from Buzbee, and I saw a comment in there from a reporter asking, why did you dismiss the case? And I was like, girl, what you talking about? He didn't dismiss the case. Didn't you read the paperwork? It was only just Bad Boy Records. And then I went on about my business. Well, after the live, come to find out it was dismissed. And people were under my comment like, he actually did file the dismissal today, like a full dismissal. I was like, oh, shit, my bad. So next time I see something, I'm not going to just jump, especially when it's Megan Cuniff, okay? Because the lady pretty much knows her stuff. And that's why I responded to her like that, because I'm like, girl, you of all people should know better than this. Right, Juti? So I felt kind of dumb. But at the same time, I'm human. I make mistakes and I jump to conclusions as well sometimes. So, it happened. But I could have easily deleted that comment. I left it up there and just said, listen, my bad. I'm just now getting this information. I was busy at the time. Okay, I was live with my people. Anyway, just to clear that up. But let's dismissal, and then there's another case apparently against Diddy, and it's a trafficking case. It's like more than one person at one time or something to that effect. So I don't have the paperwork. I was looking in the court in the Pacer for the paperwork, but I don't even know where it was filed. I didn't see it, but I'll read the article, and then I'm going to read. Actually, before I read that, I'm going to read Diddy's attorney slamming Tony Buzbee about this dismissal, the case. Okay. Now, I don't think Spiro did. I don't know. I feel like something has happened behind the scenes. Like Spiro claimed there was no settlement, but let's get into it. Let's see. All right, so this is from the BBC. Accuser great lawsuit against Jay Z and Sean Combs. Bleh. A lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs and Jay Z, which alleged the rape of a 13-year-old girl in 2000, has been dismissed, according to a legal filing submitted on Friday in New York. The attorney representing the anonymous plaintiff, referred to as Jane Doe, voluntarily withdrew the case, court records show. The filing was submitted by lawyer Tony Buzbee, who is representing dozens of plaintiffs in lawsuits alleging misconduct against Mr. Combs. The filing states that the plaintiff hereby gives notice that the action is voluntarily dismissed with prejudice. Because the dismissal is with prejudice, the lawsuit cannot be refiled in its current form. And those are important words. It can't be refiled in its current form, but it can be refiled. Okay? So they go on to say Roc Nation, the entertainment company founded by Jay Z, whose legal name is Sean Carter, issued a statement signed by him referring to the dismissal as a victory. In quotes, the frivolous, fictitious, and appalling allegations have been dismissed. This civil suit was without merit and never going anywhere. The fictional tale they created was laughable, if not for the seriousness of the claims. The trauma that my wife, my children, loved ones, and I have endured can never be dismissed, said the rapper who is married to singer Beyonce. So he's admitting there was trauma surrounding he and his family during the time that he was dealing with this case. And this case was filed with, his name was added in, I believe, October. This has been going on for quite a few months, a couple months, but a few months, right? He continued, the courts must protect the innocent from being accused without a shred of evidence. May the truth prevail for all victims and those falsely accused equally. Jay-Z's attorney, Alex Spiro, emphasized in a separate statement that the case never should have been brought. By standing up in the face of heinous and false allegations, Jay has done what few can. He pushed back. He never settled. He never paid one red penny. He triumphed and cleared his name, he said in a statement to BBC. So they're saying here he didn't pay any settlement. See, that would be my first assumption had I not seen this statement, that they probably settled. And this is why he made it clear that they didn't pay one red cent, because he knew that people would assume that that was the case. Jane Doe initially filed the lawsuit against Mr. Combs in October before adding Jay-Z's name in December. Oh, okay, so Jay-Z's name wasn't added until December. So he's been dealing with this for a couple of months. She alleged that both men assaulted her in 2000 after an MTV Video Music Awards after party. Now, remember that there was a celebrity B, a celebrity A and a celebrity B filed with when Diddy was charged, or when he was filed against, right? It's a civil suit. Now, Jay-Z, when he was named, everybody said, okay, well, here he must be celebrity A. Well, who was celebrity B? Celebrity B never came into play. Celebrity B was supposed to be a female. People speculated, is it J-Lo? Was it Mary J. Blige? Who was celebrity B? Well, celebrity B never came into play, and everyone assumes that celebrity B must have settled out of court because that was the goal of Buzbee, to get settlements. So this article goes on about the trial, the charges. I don't really want to get into all that. We've talked about this case up and down and around and around. Okay, so they are just also going into the fact that Jay-Z had formally requested for the dismissal. The judge didn't allow it, actually, not initially at least. They also filed an extortion case against, as well as sanctions against Buzbee, which was trying to say that as a lawyer, he broke some rules and, that he was supposed to get reprimanded. But I think last week the sanctions were dismissed by Spiro, Jay Z's lawyer, as well as the extortion case they brought against him. And it's just interesting to me, all this fighting they were doing, while Diddy's lawyers were pretty quiet on the case, right? But Diddy's lawyers speaking up now. Diddy slams attorney Tony Buzbee after lawsuit against him and Jay Z gets dismissed. Let me come over here and see. You don't have any comments on this? Yeah, GT, you're right. It's a acquittal. He did not clear his name. That's bull. I agree. People were saying this in the comments on some of the posts that I saw, that, you know, this doesn't mean he wasn't guilty. This doesn't say that he wasn't guilty. This did not clear him, right? Hey, beautiful spirit. Hey, Chrissy. So we're talking about the dismissal, the case against Jay Z and Diddy, dismissed without prejudice. And if it gets refiled, it can't be refiled that in the form that it was filed in the first place. So if it is refiled, there are some differences that have to be made to the filing, right? So let's see what Diddy's attorney has to say now. And then I just read that Spiro, Jay Z's attorney, said they didn't pay one dime for this. They didn't settle. Never should have been brought. But at the same time, they had talked to Buzbee last week before this happened. And they dismissed the extortion case against him, as well as the sanctions that they filed against him. So there was some type of agreement made in there somewhere. Also, I can't find it right now. I couldn't find it, but I saw yesterday that they were saying that Buzbee was trying to get, he was filing for the ability to practice in the Southern District of New York, and that he had the eligibility for Eastern District, but not Southern. So I don't know if it has to do with the fact that he couldn't practice in a certain district. It's something going on, though. But let's see with Mark Agnifilo. I believe that's who's talking here. Diddy, it says, is facing no shortage of legal issues these days, but recently he was able to put one of them behind him. Yesterday, February 14th, the lawsuit accusing him and Jay Z of assaulting an underage girl in 2000 was dismissed. The lawsuit was voluntarily dismissed with prejudice, meaning it cannot be refiled. Now, they missed the part of it that it cannot be refiled in its current form. It can be refiled, but just not in its current form. Both Diddy and Jay Z have vehemently denied the allegations since the suit was filed. Following its dismissal, a rep for Bad Boy founder shared a statement with All Hip Hop. Today's complete dismissal without a settlement by the 1-800 attorney, that's what they called Buzbee, is yet another confirmation that these lawsuits are built on falsehoods, not facts. So they want to say that this lawsuit is just like all the other lawsuits. For months, we have seen case after case filed by individuals hiding behind anonymity, pushed forward by an attorney more focused on media headlines than legal merit. Just like this claim, the others will fall apart because there's no truth to them. The statement continues. Sean Combs has never assaulted or trafficked anyone. Oh, this is their favorite thing to say. Man, woman, adult, or minor. No number of lawsuits, sensationalized allegations, or media theatrics will change that reality. We will continue to fight these baseless claims and hold those responsible. This is just the first of many that will not hold up in the court of law. While Diddy may be off the hook when it comes to this lawsuit, he's still facing several others, meaning like 50. He's also currently charged for alleged sex trafficking and racketeering. Okay. And it says here, yesterday, he was even hit with yet another lawsuit. This time he's accused of trafficking minors, and I'm going to read about that one. Let me actually just go on over to that one. Diddy accused of trafficking underage girls for Miami party in new lawsuit from alleged victim. Diddy is facing yet another lawsuit from one of attorney Tony Buzbee's clients, and this time around, it's from a seemingly anonymous female plaintiff who alleges that Bad Boy mogul trafficked her as an underage girl Moreover, the Friday, February 14th filing, as reported by TMZ, claims that he paid her and other minors to work at a Miami party in 2020. And this is recent, 2020. In addition, the accuser claims that this party was a large sexual gathering in a warehouse. And the documents allege that Sean Combs formally made an announcement and toast to get things started. Furthermore, the woman claims that another man that she calls her trafficker had sedated her by this point. So these might be one of the men that KK claimed as a client. Don't slash her face because the clients won't like it. So this trafficker is like a pimp who's trafficking this lady, or this girl at the time, a minor in 2020, it says. That he sedated her. And as for the other details around this alleged situation, the accuser alleges that she was 15 years old at the time and that various individuals had already exposed her to this life by the time she was 12. Per the lawsuit, she went to a designated curtained off space with a bed in the middle of it, and she sexually engaged with approximately 20 men over the course of the next few hours. While she did not point to Diddy as one of these men, she did allege that she could see him in another area having sex with a Latina female that, by the accuser's estimation, was allegedly between 12 and 13 years old. So she said she witnessed Diddy having illegal relations with a 12 or 13-year-old Latina who was being trafficked like her. On that note, the accuser in this lawsuit alleges that this other underage girl at the time was part of her same trafficked group. She claims that Diddy and others watched her engage in sexual relations and that her trafficker took her and allegedly underage girls to a covert location after the party ended. This lawsuit seeks damages from Combs and his companies and various anonymous men, both alleged sexual assault and aiding and abetting that crime. Finally, this accuser claims that a sting operation in Virginia 2 years after this alleged incident eventually rescued her from this alleged sex trafficking scheme. Even though Diddy seemingly hasn't responded to this new lawsuit at press time, we presume that he and his legal team deny any and all wrongdoing, just like they have for a long time. Wow. So there was a sting operation in Virginia 2 years after. So 2022, I'm thinking. That is crazy. Let me see if I can see something about a Virginia sting. Let me see. Why do so many things come up when you put in something like this? And these are recent things. Virginia State Police bust Maryland man, Virginia man, 24. This is recent, though. Wow. Look at all the stuff that's just going on right now. It's crazy. I put in 2022, but human trafficking data collection activities, 2022. This report describes BJS's activities during 2021 and 2022 to collect data and report on Human trafficking as required by the Combat Human Trafficking Act of 2015. It details ongoing and completed efforts to measure and analyze the nationwide incidence of human trafficking, to describe characteristics of human trafficking victims and offenders, and to describe criminal justice responses to human trafficking offenses. Oh my God. A total of 2,198 persons were referred to U.S. attorneys for human trafficking offenses in fiscal year 2020, a 62% increase from 1,360 persons referred in 2011. The number of persons prosecuted for human trafficking increased from 729 in 2011 to 1,343 in 2020, an 84% increase. The number of persons convicted of a federal human trafficking offense increased from 2011 to 2019, from 464 to 837, before falling in 2020 to 658. Of the 1,169 defendants charged in U.S. District Court with human trafficking offenses in the fiscal year of 2020, 92% were male, 63% were white, 18% were Black, 17% were Hispanic, 95% were U.S. citizens, 66% had no prior convictions. I remember a story a guy told about how he was approached to do this work. He was in a gas pumping gas. He said it was after the club. So it was like, 2, 3, maybe in the morning, 2 something in the morning. He said that this guy rose up in like a Bentley, flossing, real flashy, and basically said, you want to make some money. It's big money in this, what I do. And he was curious, but leery at the same time. And the guy basically let him know, yeah, I just need you to get women for me. I mean, how scary is that? Hey, Queen Brielle. Buzbee and his law firm submitted proof to practice in Eastern New York for the past few weeks in Pacer. Yeah, but what about Southern? I saw somewhere that he didn't have it for Southern. That's what I was looking for. Juti, 2,198 persons committed trafficking offenses in 2022. Queen Keish, hey, I'm thinking the enablers taking deals to testify against him. Watch and pray. Buzbee is the only one going to make a payout to Sean Carter, Jay Z. Jay Z is claiming well over $2 million of damages. Oh, you're saying that he's suing Buzbee now for $2 million? Beautiful Spirit said KK needs to be locked up. I agree. Queen Brielle, yes, California case is still a go for Jay Z. California case? They filed this same, is it the same case in California? How do I look at Pacer? It's pacer.gov. And you do have to, you have to like enroll, I guess you call it. And then you get billed every quarter. It's like 10 cents a page for every page you view and or download. And it does add up, trust. Queen Brielle, I wonder if it's related to him not being able to practice in Southern. Okay, yeah, that's what I was saying. Because he didn't meet the judge deadline yesterday neither. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Puffer fish is done. The victim's getting scared or threats. Jay's defamation lawsuit against Buzbee and his law firm still stands. Jay's defamation lawsuit. I didn't know he had a defamation lawsuit. I know they sued for extortion, and then they also filed sanctions against Buzbee. So he has a defamation suit for $2 million, you said? The hearing is on the 20th of this month. Okay. I'm going to have to look into that. Where is that filed? California, you said? The cases, Queen Key said, the cases won't even see trial to after Diddy. Wait. The cases won't even see trial to after Diddy federal, which can be a year. Are you saying that the civil cases won't be going to trial for at least a year? Queen Brielle said, yes, I searched Pacer last night. There are a few of them. It gets worse every time. Queen Brielle, hi, Buzbee has submitted voluntary dismissal on a few other cases yesterday. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So he's dropping cases, but we don't know if it's because he doesn't have the authorization to practice in Southern District. And he may be having to refile them in another district, or can he not file another district, the district that he needs to file in? Seems to me the big team he's working with, somebody else could do it. Or he could link up with another attorney who has that authority. Yes, California. Okay. California, do you know which district? Central, Southern, Northern, Eastern? I think they're typically Southern District or Central. But yeah, it's hard to find these cases. I guess I could look up under Buzbee himself and see what I get. Jay Z filed paperwork last year in LA against Buzbee. Oh, okay. I'm gonna write this down. Jay Z versus Buzbee, California, LA. I think that's Central District. Okay, I think it's Central, but I'll look into that. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Thank you for that information. Wow, wow, wow. This is crazy though. So what do y'all think about this trafficking case that's just got filed as well? So it seems that the girl saw Diddy, but Diddy he wasn't the one who assaulted her. Now I'm curious as to this trafficker who she's accusing of being the one who, put her in that position in the first place. Is he in prison? Is he going to testify? Is he a part of this as well? It says Miami, so I'm assuming was this filed in Miami? Anybody know where this one was filed? I need to look into this one because I'm very curious. And how is Diddy going to, is that a credible allegation if she claims to have witnessed? Does she not have the girl? Do they have this Latina 12 to 13-year-old girl at the time? Also, does it sound like it? Man, so many questions. But in the meantime, child, I'll tell you one thing.
That motherfucker's guilty. 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 Motherfuckers guilty, that 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 motherfuckers.
Hey. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. GT said, I think deflated pufferfish will die in prison. That's what I think. By the way things are looking, because this RICO case is not nothing to sneeze at. He has not been able to get bond. He is, a matter of fact, his attorneys recently, yesterday, I think, they asked for a 1-day extension so they could file their pretrial motions. So they're really pushing deadlines. They asked for one additional day. So it looks like we'll be seeing these pretrial motions by the 18th. Which is next week. And then they're saying the government gets an extra day to respond, which the response is going to be due on March 3rd. So I'm curious to see what these pretrial motions are going to be. Is it going to be another dismissal request? I mean, those things have fallen flat from the onset, right? They've already also dropped that appeal that they had tried to file for. The judge just recently approved the order of them dropping the appeal. They dropped that altogether as well, probably to save it for when they really need it, because they think they probably still have a chance at this point. But it ain't looking good. It ain't looking good, y'all. I think, let me see if that's all I got, because I'll be saying that's all I got, and then afterwards I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot to say this, I forgot to say that. Well, at least on this matter, this might be all I have for now. I did see something interesting about Diddy and the hip hop task force. Y'all remember, the hip hop police, and this is what now deceased Prodigy had to say about that.
So the hip hop task force
The hip hop task force was created to watch Sean Puffy Combs, P. Diddy, to watch the artists that was connected with P. Diddy. And then it just grew until my case.
So the hip hop task force
So, Prodigy, may he rest in peace. And I feel like somebody even said it here. They unalived this man, R.I.P. to the infamous Prodigy. Prodigy, when he was, he had sickle cell, I think, and I believe he was in the hospital, but they said he choked on a boiled egg. And I feel that was a message, honestly, because, the whole boiled egg test, have you guys heard of I'm sure if you listen to me, you've heard of the boiled egg test. We've talked about it. But supposedly that's a test that they use to determine whether or not a male is ready for what they want him to do in the anal regions. They put the boiled egg in there to see if it just slips on in or is it going to break. But yeah, he choked on a boiled egg, I believe is how they say he finally passed. Yeah, Prodigy was Prodigy was everything. And he was one who didn't lay down, and especially for Jay Z. I went down this little rabbit hole. Him and Jay Z were embroiled in a pretty deep beef. And Jay Z, from what people are reporting, was scared of Prodigy. Prodigy pulled up on him a couple times. Oh man, we ain't got no beef. We ain't got no beef. We cool. But see, Jay Z is a dangerous man. Honestly, if you might want to call me a conspiracy theorist. Many people probably will. I just know that, a lot of the allegations that have been made against him and Diddy, Kim Porter, may she rest in peace. Biggie, may he rest in peace. I could name some other people, which I won't, but I'm just saying, like, there are bodies laying in the wake of these men's journeys in this world, in this business, trying to gatekeep and keep their positions and be number one and not let this person, top them and this and that. That it's just, come on now. The competition shouldn't be that deep. People should be ready and able to pass the baton on to others, whether they're just a younger generation of people, whether it's somebody who has surpassed you in their skill set. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of humility, and also keeping your integrity and keeping your legacy tight and right. Like, why do we have to take it to the grave? Exactly, Juti, it makes no sense. And it's really messed up. Like, it just messes it up for everybody, even the fans. Yeah, we're both conspiracy theorists then. Even with R. Kelly, when we were embroiled, we did follow that case over here, and there were bodies. Even 2 weeks prior to his New York trial, his lawyer was run over by a van, a nondescript van, and it never got solved, but there were details that basically said this she was targeted. You know, it's just different things like that. And it's like, it kind of, it's very, I won't even say disheartening. I mean, it just pisses me off to think about people who lost their lives because somebody was trying to save themselves, because they can't be accountable or can't just not do certain things and be a certain way. You just don't want to get caught. So you want to take anybody out who can possibly get you in trouble or, you know, get you caught. Exactly, beautiful spirit. Greed. Faye said there's a lot of payoffs going on. Definitely. Chrissy Power agrees with the greed. Yeah, it's greed. It's power. Yep. Hunger for power. And it's just diabolical. Like, everybody has their day, you know? So believe me and trust me, these men and women, KK included, like Ghislaine Maxwell, their days will come. Whether it's going to come through these Buzbee lawsuits or through this RICO or through some pissed off father or husband. Remember, we read yesterday about the husband, well, the wife who said she, you know, was trying to text her husband her location for hours because she was caught up by Diddy. But people are not playing those games. You know, a lot of times people will sacrifice themselves. Their karma will definitely come. Definitely. So I'm gonna run this back though. I got to run this back, child.
That motherfucker's guilty. 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 That motherfucker's. That motherfucker's guilty.
Oh my goodness. Well, listen, y'all. Yeah, she does have a beautiful voice. Madison, what is her name? Let me look real quick. Madison McFerrin. Isn't she Bobby McFerrin's daughter or niece? I think she's his daughter. But yeah, listen, enjoy your Saturday, you know, and your weekend if I don't see you by then, but I'll be back sooner than later. Peace and love. Till next time. Bye.